everybody. Tonight, I would like to tell you 10 short conversations between two people, the man and the woman. Conversation 1. The woman said to the man they had reviewed his cover letter and resume and decided that he was a good candidate for a position in their firm, and she wanted to know if he could come by for an interview that Friday. The man replied to her, and he said he was free all day long, and the man wanted to know what time he should come in and how long it would take. The woman replied to him, the interview would be at 10 in the morning, and it took 20 minutes, and he commented, he would be come back for a final interview, and that would be on Monday. The man was happy about that, and he would be seeing her Friday morning. Conversation 2. The woman wanted to know if he knew that old bakery down the street, and she commented she had heard that it was going to be closing down soon, and the man commented that was sad because he commented that shop was out and operated by an elderly married couple, and he commented it could probably become a coffee shop chain. The woman replied to him it was a shame that it was so hard for a small family-owned business to stay profitable those days, and she wished there was something they could do. The man answered to the woman they could start a fundraiser for the bakery, and he wanted to know who now, and he thought maybe they could keep it open. Conversation 3. The man said to the woman she could prescribe his doctor any medication, and he needed to know how long she has been showing symptoms. The woman replied to him she had started coughing a lot the day after morning, and by the afternoon she had been running a high fever, and she wanted to know if she think it was serious. The man thought she would be fine, and he commented cold was common among children, especially at that time of year, and he commented he gave her some medicine to soothe the cough, and the man would reply him she wasn't allergic to anything, and she commented at least not that she was aware of. Conversation 4. The woman said to the man she had come to ask him if he had time to talk about the design for the new logo that she had submitted the week before. The man was sorry about that. However, he hadn't got any time right then, and he commented there has been an important meeting he had to be at in a few minutes, and he said it would take all morning. The woman replied to him she had just wanted to know if he had thought her design and interesting, or if she wanted him to make any change. The man wanted to know why she didn't stop by his office before she go home that evening, and they could talk about it then. Conversation 5. The man said to the woman he was going to arrange a meeting to discuss the new office recycling policy, and the woman replied to him she hadn't heard anything about that, and she wanted to know if they didn't already recycle. The man agreed with her. However, they were going too far, too much copy paper, and he was afraid it was being wasted. And he commented a number of people there has been also neglecting to put used paper in the recycle bin. The woman replied to him that had been probably true, and if they told them to be more aware of the problem, and she thought they would start conserving more paper. Conversation 6. The man said to the woman she had asked him to drop off those legal files at the courthouse that afternoon. However, he had never been there before, and he wanted to know if she knew the best way to get there. And the woman replied to him, if he tried, it was pretty easy to find, although traffic was potentially packed at that time of day, and the downtown area were crowded, and lots of people were out on their lunch breaks. The man answered to the woman he could take the subway or bus, and he wanted to know public transportation get him there quickly. The woman disagreed with him. There were $20 and suggested catching a cab. Conversation 7. The woman said hello to the man, and she said that was Manager Baylor from Oak Hill High School, and she commented his son Peter was in her English class. He was calling because she'd like to meet him sometime and talk about his academic performance. The man replied to her he had to know there had been a problem, and he commented he wanted to know if he was doing poorly. The woman disagreed with him. Actually, he was doing quite well, and she thought he might be eligible to enter an advanced program for gift students before she recommended him, and she heeded approval from his parents. And the man replied to her. The man was happy about that, and he would let his wife know that her called, and they would call him back to schedule an appointment. Conversation 8. The man said to the woman he wanted to buy a space heater for the bedroom, and he commented it could keep them warm in winter and reduce their power bills. And the woman replied to him, she didn't think there was enough room in the bedroom for a space heater, and he had been worried it would make the air too dry. The man replied to her, they got a new model, and he commented they was making them much smaller those days, and they had already got the humidifier. The woman answered the man, she guessed it was worth a try, and she sure hoped he would try upon the power pill, and they had been paying far too much ever since the weather became cold. Conversation 9. The man said hello to the woman, and they had just received his shipment of limited edition hot-hat lions, and they had been extremely impressed with the craftsmanship, and they were very confident that his product would sell big in our store, so they were wondering if he could make another 20 units by May. The woman replied to him, very glad that he had been satisfied with their shipment, but 20 units by May was a very big order, and she didn't think they could have it on done by May, and she commented they would need at least a month to have that on done. The man replied to her they had been worried about that. However, he could assure her that she could be very well compensated if she can have on 20 units done by May, and he commented they would cover on shipping costs as well. And the woman replied to him, that's a tempting offer. If they ship by that would take away a bit of the burden. However, she didn't think that would be enough. She would contact the factory and see if they could outdraw with another company, perhaps even hire more workers. She would phone her people and have an answer for him by Tuesday. Conversation 10. The man got the woman's attention and he wanted to know if she tell him where to find mustard. The woman replied to him he could find mustard and the rest of the condiments in aisle 5. Buns and bread were in aisle 10, and if he was planning his summer cookout, be sure to check out their sale at the butcher counter. Hamburger patties was on sale. The man wanted to know what about steaks, and because his wife has asked her to pick up some steak for dinner, and the man wanted to know if they were sale too, and the man replied to him some brands of steak was on sale, and she commented he could ask which one when he got there. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.